Hello, I just wanted to make a little video about the world viewer. Seems to have updated to current whatever current thing is. So it's a new version. Something has changed. I know that people were saying, "Hey, there's no maple here," on like one of my old seeds, or "Hey, something's off here." And it's like, uh-oh, did the world viewer change? Something happened, and then finally, the way that. Or no, what changed was the generation, the Valheim generation in code. And then the world viewer had to update to match it. And now it's matched it. Yay, we're at a new version. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anyway, things have changed. I can immediately tell. 4 maples are possible again. They used to be just 3 confirmed by Smitha in what I think public test chat. But now we're back to 4 possible, and also the spawn island complex, so the additional land possible that can generate attached to a certain area surrounding spawn, so attached to certain land masses that they could pick and choose from via the seed generation, some of which will be plopped in the center, and then a certain radius extra spawn landmass might be like clumped up with it. So certain land bridges might be possible. Like if this were in the spawn area, there could be land bridge connecting this, or something like that. Or like down here, like all of this could be connected. Or like there'd be extra land down here. And like there's certain ways that these lands can generate are now even more different. Like I've searched so many different seeds trying to find unique things. Like I was trying to find a 4 maple seed when 4 maples weren't possible for that period of time, and I searched seeds until the website told me you can't search seeds anymore. At which point, I just opened a new tab and then reloaded the website, and kept going. Like, it's just, I was looking for something that was impossible to find, but I didn't know it. And then it's not like they told us or anything that it wasn't possible anymore. I just had to wait and then see Smith's message. That's great. But yeah, like, this is cool. Like, there's some cool things going on. Like the starting areas, I'm finding a lot more really cool aquatic spawn areas. Like, so cool. Wait, like this is really cool. What an adventure this would be. Like, big swim right away. This is so cool. Not the best of seeds, but you know, we've got the trader right here. It's like, what? It's like, why are you watching seeds? Why are you looking seeds? Is that just to give me that little update? No, not just that. I'm preparing to do a large co-op run from scratch with friends. Basically, we know when Hilder's Quest roughly will be out. We have a time scale. And time scale means we know that we have at least a certain amount of time. And we can go play a run. So, we've gotten 1, maybe 2, maybe actually 3 players that might want to join in. And they're pretty new. Look at this. What? These are amazing maples. Okay. Whoa! All 3 of these maples are really good. Haha, this one's probably your best one. But still, like, this... I can't really judge just looking at them. I would have to go in-game to, like, be able to actually tell how good each of these are. Like, this seems best just because it's not too close to Black Forest, it's not too close to the coast. We have this river here, so we can go here, there, wherever. It's super close to the spawn, and you can sail in and everywhere. This lake is... Look at this! Like, there's a lot of internal areas, like big lakes like this, that you can do, and like large rivers like this, which I've never seen before, that we're starting to see more and more of with this new type of generation. Like, look at all this. So much of this is, like, this is a huge river mouth. That is ridiculous. Super cool. Love that. Like, whoa! Like, my favorite parts of seeds are the semi-aquatic parts, so I'm living. Like, this is amazing to me. I love this. But I wanted the seed that had beautiful progression. I could just check it and then forget about it. And it had, like, some unique things about it. It's like, okay, I have this seed. I know everything's good about it that's necessary. It'll be a really good experience for my new players, and my returning players will just absolutely love it as well. Everything's smooth. I'll have a great time, semi-aquatic in the right areas, and I can just take the seed number, just a seed code, and just copy and paste it, write tiny little notes that aren't really important, just being like, seed good, basically, but in slightly more detail. And I can forget about it. I forget about all the little details and everything. I just know, like, one thing. It's like, oh, there's a maypole a little bit north of spawn. It's like, okay, cool. That's all I need to know. That's everything else, smooth sailing, natural world progression. I will be fully immersed, and I will never ever look at that seed again on the world viewer until after we beat the queen. So I love that. It just really makes for a great experience for our new players, returning players. Just, I love how smooth that is. I mean, after 1,000 hours playing the game normally without this website, oh man, I love this website. Give me this website. This is actually pretty cool. We have some interesting things about this seed other than the aquaticness, the trader, and the maypoles. There's this sailing route just off the side here. And it's talking like safe sailing routes because of the convenience, and also just early serpents are a pain. So good sailing routes, safe sailing routes are all really good, especially if you're doing like early Bronze Age carve shenanigans. If you catch bad wind, bad weather, and there's a serpent, it's a problem. So safe sailing routes, that's always good. This is one. Goes right out here, and because there's this island here, this is all non-ocean. This is all just shallows. So you can just continue down here, and all of a sudden we have an enormous area here, which is connected to Mistland. So this is all pretty much one starting island complex, I would call this. This is kind of connected. Like, there's probably some tiny islands here that makes for this being really easy. I don't know if there's anything really cool over here. I'm not really going to check. But, yeah, I mean, just super smooth swamp progression. And up here, yeah, it's really nice. I don't know if I really want to use the seed. I'll check things, because it's like, this being connected here is also really good. The mountains are alright. Like, there's this one, and there's that one. And then some of these smaller ones are pretty good, too. But let's check the most important thing. Progression in terms of iron. Okay, yeah, I should have known. Look at the iron. Look at the iron. It's really good. Okay, yeah, it's loading infested mines. Might as well take a look at that. This isn't the best, but it's not the worst either. None in here is unfortunate. But we're also really close to this, and this is stacked. And at which point we're just all super easy. Infested mines for days over there. That's really nice. Let's actually get rid of that. We know that there's stuff there. Bosses. The only boss that I'm really worried about is Elder. We have Elder on the spawn area. That's all we need. Bone Mass is super convenient. So is Yag, Modair. What? These bosses are really convenient. Queen is the only non-convenient one, although she's literally right here, so that's very, very little non-convenience. Also, she's here. Yeah, she's relatively convenient. A little less convenient than the other bosses, but still, like, this is smooth. Really smooth progression in terms of bosses. But yeah, the only thing I'm worried about with bosses is early Elder. Once you get early Elder, every other boss is fine. Modair could be an issue because she could be in a mountain surrounded by mistlands, like up here. Although there's still, like, things here. If you try to sail too close, you might get a coastal yawl, and that's not fun. Not fun on the boat. So yeah, Modair you want to worry about. Elder you kind of want to worry about. Just because Elder can have the same problem with Modair, you could have, like, an Elder beyond plains, like right here. It's like a bit of an issue. Bone Mass, once you get like any amount of swamp, even this swamp, as long as you can find abominations in it, you can get the root harnesk, and you can enter it into the plains without there being too much of an issue. If there's fog, just turn around, but it just means sailing is really smooth, and you don't really have to worry about landing in an unsafe area, because the most unsafe area in this general spot is going to be plains, and it's not going to be an issue with the root harness gone. Piercing mobs should just made into a joke, unless they have alternate attacks like Seekers do, but yeah. Hopefully you won't be landing in Mistlands. So yeah, once you have Elder, once you have a bit of swamp, then we can start sailing out really easy to the big swamps, get your iron, get your longship. Really just make anything that makes the future Sunken Crypt grind really easily. It could be a weapon, it could be tool shelf, so something good for workbench stuff and armor and things like that. It could be just your longship, of course. That would be the easiest thing. It could also be a pickaxe. Every one of these four things makes iron grind really, really convenient. And I remember I used to be stuck in the mindset of, oh yeah, let's get the forge and workbench upgrades out of the way now. It's like, no, let's not get the forge upgrades out of the way. Making the forge upgrades just means that we go into our next crypt with no other convenience available to us. It is just the same long grind through the Sunken Crypt. Whereas if you make a weapon, a ship, a pickaxe, even a buckler to make your grind more convenient, you're going to get through the Iron Age a little bit faster. It's just so much better. Look at this Ike there on the island. That's cool. There's so many little cool things about this seed. Let's go through the whole thing just to show you guys, because I'm probably not going to use this seed. I have too many cool ones. And I know if I'm leaving this behind, yeah, I've got some really cool ones. Okay. 3 Draugr villages there. You know what I'm looking for, though. If you've been watching about a lot of my seed videos, you know exactly what I'm looking for. That is a Draugr village next to a fulling camp. That makes for the best plains base renovate. Or plains farming outpost, I should say. Yo, why is it taking so long to load camps? There we go. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can find something cool. There's always a camp near Yag. Zoom out just a tad. Close, but not close enough. This is a really cool Yag. What the hell? That's a really cool Yag spot. Wow. Okay, yeah, this generation's so neat. Oh, right on the border. Oh, that's so cool, but not quite. That's a swamp. Yeah, it's a well. Man. Okay, we were close, but yeah. No Draugr village with a fulling camp right near it. This one, they're too far spaced apart. Unless you wanted to do a mega build. Okay, let's get rid of these clusters. Do shipwreck with biomes only. Come on. Do we have some early Black Forest shipwrecks? There's one there. It's not really early though. Nah, we don't have... this is pretty early. Yeah, that's pretty great. Yeah, that's some nice early fine wood right there. Good fine wood bow. Let's go full terrain. Last thing I want to check is the Leviathans in the Frost Caves. So, Leviathans? Hello? Here we go. I'm waiting for my Psalm T to steep. That's a decent one. Okay, Leviathans aren't too spicy. You have one, which is not bad for solo play. Yeah. Let's do Frost Caves now. This always takes forever to load. I'm thinking like 6 or 7 for that mountain with Modair right there. And maybe like 4 or 5 for the one northeast. Could be 1 or 2 in that bone mass one. The one next to bone mass there. And I'm thinking another 3 or 4 in that Plains Mountain to the north of it. I don't know why it takes so long to load. There we go. Okay. 9 frost caves? Okay, this one exceeded my expectations by a lot. 9 frost caves is absurd. That's really good. That's really good for a mountain right there. And this is probably silver workable. Wow, this is such a convenient spot. Like, this would be a really... You know what this would be really good for? This would be really good for a community server. This would be so good for a community server. Because you have all the iron. Like, you have so much iron. I mean, just zooming out even. So much iron. We also have a really cool spawn introductory point. Maypoles for days at really, really good locations. All of them. Solid frost caves. I mean, we've got frost caves over here for like later joining players. No shot. Polaris? That could be the tallest mountain in Valheim. I'm not 100%. I don't think so. I think the rectangle is just, or not the... Yeah, I think it's slightly off. But that's an absurd amount of frost caves. How many? 11. Jesus. That's the most I've ever seen on one. The seed does not skimp in frost caves, although a lot of them are further out. It's just such a cool... Like, the views here must be amazing. Okay, you know what? I'm taking this seed. I'm writing it down. I'm keeping it in my document. I'll write some blurbs about it, you know? What do we got? We've got so many here. Okay, good community seed. Great progression. 3 coastal maples. 1 god tier. That being this one. This one's the god tier maple. It's just close to your Black Forest and your riverways right here. The sailing routes are incredible. Yeah, all the progression is good. The bosses are okay, so okay bosses. They're good enough. Yeah, that's it. That's all I need to write down about that. Remarkable seed. I mean, this generation, usually you don't take this generation, because usually it's this attached to this going like a hook like this, or a loop. Usually this doesn't end up being too cool, because if it's offset, then it might not even reach Mistlands, but this one does, so that's great. Yeah, cool seed. Alright. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll be ready to go for our co-op run very soon. I'm super excited. Oh man, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be building up some of the coolest stuff. Super hype. We get to see all of our different players, different building styles, and naturally we'll kick some combat ass. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys some other time. Bye.